In this video, I'm going to show you how you can build an n8n AI agent that manages all of your content. What does this mean is that the AI agent will have access to your content management system, and it will be able to perform actions inside of that content database on your behalf. You'll be able to chat with this agent through Telegram. You can send text messages and even audio notes. After that, the AI agent can perform multiple actions depending on what you ask the agent to do. But the 6 most important things that the agent can do is retrieve all content from the database, add new content ideas to that database, update existing content that you have, schedule content, get your content calendar, and basically show you all the content that has been scheduled. Another awesome thing that the AI agent can perform is transforming LinkedIn posts into reusable templates. So you will be able to copy a LinkedIn post, paste it to the AI agent, and the AI agent will generate a reusable template that you can use in the future to write your own LinkedIn posts. And the agent is also able to store those LinkedIn templates inside of your database as well. So this is a quick overview of how it works. Again, it receives an input through Telegram. It can be a text message or an audio note. The AI agent will receive that input and analyze it based on a bunch of instructions that we provided. It will understand what the user asked for and then execute the tools that will actually generate the outcome that the user wants. So in our case, you can see right here, the AI agent has access to all of these tools right here. So for example, if the user sent a message to the Telegram chat saying, add this new content idea to my database, the AI agent will understand which tool to execute. And in this case, the tool that the AI agent has to execute is this one right here. So the agent will execute this tool, get its output, and then send a message back to the user on the Telegram chat. Most of the tools from the AI agent are related to Airtable because Airtable is where we store all of our content. Right here, this is my personal CMS, just a quick screenshot here. So Airtable is the database platform that we use to store all of the content, and it's a platform that the AI agent will have access to perform a bunch of actions for us. In this video, we will build this AI agent from scratch, step by step, so that you can follow along and build it for yourself today. So this is what we are going to cover, how the AI agent works. I'm going to give you a quick demo right now and then the full step-by-step build out from scratch. So let me show you a quick demo of how this works. So right now I'm on the n8n platform and this is the full build out. I'm going to click test workflow right here. Go to the Telegram chat that I have with the agent. You can see right here, AI content agent. I can chat with it. And in this case, I'm going to say, add this content idea to my database, n8n AI agents for content repurposing. I'm gonna send a message, go back to n8n. In this case, I told the AI agent to add a new content idea to the database only if it has a description, a funnel, a style, and a category. So that's why the AI agent is currently asking me for all of those details before it adds that to the database. So let me quickly take that moment to show you how the database works. So right here, this is the database that we have been building for the past 4 videos, I believe, here on the YouTube channel. This is basically a full YouTube content operating system that stores all of your content from just an idea to a fully published piece of content. So here, this is my personal base right here. You can see all the ideas that I got, all the videos that I'm currently scripting out, the video right now that I'm recording, and the videos that I've published. I can see here in this nice view right here, I can see my content calendar, I can see the Kanban view, all this great stuff. Okay, so if I go back here to all content, you can see that I have a bunch of ideas. And basically what I want to do is add a new idea to my database using the Telegram agent right here. But here, if I go back, you can see that the agent is asking for a description, a funnel, a style, and a category. Because if I go over here, you can see that every idea has a category. This is the content categories that I got. The funnel stage, if the video is top of funnel, middle of funnel, or bottom of funnel, and the style of the video, if it's a technical video, if it's a case study, if it's an overview, etc. So the agent is asking me for that information so that it can add that idea to the database after I provide those details. So I just provided a quick description here. The funnel is top of funnel, style, technical, and I said figure out the category of the video. Okay, let me go back. Because this AI agent is not active, I need to test workflow again. It should trigger with the message that I just sent. It's triggering. It should trigger the add content idea tool right here, and then send. You can see right here the content idea has been successfully added, and you can see right here that it figured out the category. It's content repurposing. It also was able to understand that it's tofu here. So if I go back here to the actual database, you can see that we got a new idea right here, which is awesome. We got the description of the idea. It was able to map the correct options right here for the categories, for the funnel, and for the style as well, which is really, really cool. This is just one of the tools that the AI agent has access to. You can also see that the agent is able to get the data from the database. So let me quickly show you how that works. I can say something along the lines of show me all of the published content, and it should be able to execute the tool's get content, and it will use the stage field right here and filter by the publish and retrieve only the content that I have published. And you can see right here, it got all of the 9 videos that I've published so far here on the YouTube channel. Obviously, this is not very useful. You can just go to YouTube and check the videos that you have published. But instead of saying that, show me the videos that I've published, I could have said, show me the videos that I'm currently scripting out, show me all the ideas that I have, show me the videos that are ready to be published, etc. This time I'm going to send the audio note. So I'm going to say, could you show me my content calendar at the moment, please? And the AI agent the automation will execute that. It will transcribe the audio note and then give it to the AI agent. The AI agent as text. And you can see right here that it executed the get content, and it should be able to retrieve the content that I have right here on the script stage. You can see that these are the content that has not been published and that has a publish date. So that's basically the content calendar. So this video is for the 15th of March. This video is for the 20th of March, and so on. So let me show you another example. I'm going to say, what videos am I currently scripting? I'm going to execute the get contents tool and then return the output right here on Telegram. And you can see right here on the output that there's a field called content number. You can see 26, 33, and 40. This is basically an ID of the content, basically. So I can say update the thumbnail notes of content 33. So this is the thumbnail notes that I got for this content. So if I send this message right here, you can see that this is executing. I need to test workflow actually because the agent is not active yet. So if I open up the video that I selected, so right here I said content 33. If I go here, you can see that this video is the content 33. And we have an exact field called thumbnail notes. So this is basically the field where I can quickly write some notes that I want to remember when I'm creating the thumbnail for this video. And you can see right here that the agent did indeed paste here the notes that I gave in the chat. They are right here on the thumbnail notes, which is awesome. Another awesome tool that the AI agent has access to is the Generate LinkedIn Post Template tool. So this is basically executing a different workflow inside of n8n. So that workflow is this one right here. So if I go to LinkedIn Post Generator, this is the whole workflow. You can see that when executed by another workflow. So this workflow executes this one right here. And it's just an OpenAI node here with a comprehensive prompt that basically takes the LinkedIn post that the user provided on the chat with the agent and generates a reusable template and then stores that on our database. So here we got the templates table and we have 3 LinkedIn templates. So I provided this LinkedIn post. So this is the original LinkedIn post that I got from LinkedIn. I pasted that to the AI agent and it was able to generate this LinkedIn template right here that then I can use and give it to an AI model to generate a new LinkedIn post. Talking about LinkedIn templates, you can check my video on that. So right here on this system, we are actually able to repurpose YouTube videos and generate LinkedIn posts by using the LinkedIn templates right here. I can select the LinkedIn template right here using this plus button, and then I can provide custom instructions. I click the button and it will then generate a LinkedIn post following that template. So if you want to check that video out, go to my YouTube channel and you can watch that video. It's a great video. Okay, so that's the quick demo of this AI agent. Let's now get to the fun part, which is actually building this agent from scratch. And I'm going to show you everything you need, all the prompts, all the connections you got to do to get this up and running in probably 30 minutes. Okay, so to start building this out, the first thing you need to do is create an n8n account. After that, you can go here to this orange button and create workflow. Now, the next thing you got to do is go to this plus button and we're going to add the AI agent node. By clicking on the AI agent node and exit it out, you can see that we got the AI agent node right here. And it added a new node here called when chat message received. So this is the chat that we'll be using to talk to the AI agent before we connect Telegram and all of that great stuff. Okay, so right now I can share with the agent, but it's not going to work because the agent doesn't have anything connected to it. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is add a brain to this AI agent. So you can go ahead and click this plus button, and we're going to add a chat model to it. And in this case, I'm going to use the OpenAI model. If I jump over here to the Figma board that I created for this video, and by the way, you can access this Figma board and the system prompts that we are going to use later in the video in the free resource hub in the link in the description. Okay, so if I jump over here, you can see that I got links for you if you need to create an OpenAI API key and you need to add credits to your OpenAI account. Okay, so if you need help with that, you can just go here, click these links, and it will open the documentation from OpenAI so that you will be able to create an API key, and then you can go ahead and create a new credential, add your API key, click save, and the connection should be good to go. From there, you can select the AI model that you will use for this AI agent. In this case, I prefer to go with the 4.0 model. It's not the most cheapest one, but if you want the cheap option, you can use the 4.0 mini. It's a great model as well. So now we can go ahead and open the chat and say hi again. And now we will actually get a response. Hello, how can I assist you today? The problem right now is that this AI agent is basically nothing but the AI model that OpenAI provides to us, okay? So this is like sharing with ChatGPT on the OpenAI platform. This is actually worse than that because the model does not have memory from previous conversations at this moment. We will have memory, we will add memory in just a second. But to show you that, I can say my name is João. It's going to trigger the agent. And then if I say, what's my name? The agent does not have access to the past messages to understand what my name is. Okay, so to fix that issue, the only thing we got to do is add memory to this AI agent. The simplest way to do this is to use the simple memory right here, which is a store in n8n memory, so no credentials required. Okay, so simple memory right here, and you can leave it as it is. It's going to use the session ID. So the session ID is basically a unique ID that we have for this conversation. So if I generate here a new chat, you can see that we got a new session. Okay, so each session ID is a different conversation that you have with the AI agent, and this way the AI agent is able to understand the past messages and have memory for the correct conversations. Okay, so that's why it's using the session ID right here. Later in the video, we will use the chat ID from Telegram so that the agent knows the past messages from that exact chat that we are having on the Telegram app. Okay, so now if I test the agent again and I say, hi, my name is João. And then if I say, what is my name? Your name is João. So now it has memory, and you can see that it executes that memory node here. And you can see on the context window length, we are providing the value 5, which means that the agent will add the 5 past interactions to the model as context. Okay, 5 is the default value and is definitely a good one. You don't have to change it. So now the next steps are to add all of the tools. So if I jump over here, you can see that we have all of these tools for the AI agent. And then after that, we can connect Telegram, add the audio transcriber as well so that we can send audio notes through the Telegram chat, and then send the output from the AI agent to the Telegram chat as well. By the way, I forgot to mention that you actually need a content database. So to get access to the exact content database that I got right here, you can go to the free resource hub in the description and get the exact template that I'm using to store all of my YouTube content. You can go ahead and duplicate that template, add content there so you can test your own agent using that database, okay? Because now we're going to add a bunch of tools that are Airtable tools that will be connected to this base that we got on Airtable. So set that up so you can follow along exactly as I'm building. As we're going to continue to add more tools, we will also need to update the system prompt of this AI agent, which is the instructions that the AI agent has to follow to correctly execute each tool. Okay, so if I go over here to the Figma board, you can see I got the full system prompt right here, and then also the prompt for generating the LinkedIn post templates that we're going to get into later in the video. but we will add this system prompt in just a moment, and I'm going to explain how that works. But first, let's set up this Airtable tool, the first one, and the first one is going to be to retrieve the contents that are inside of the Airtable database. So the first thing you want to do is create an Airtable account. You can click here on my link to create an Airtable account and follow this guide here to create an Airtable API key. After you create the Airtable API key, you go to the tool that you just added for Airtable. You go to create new credential and you paste here the API key that you just created, but you have to make sure that you create the API key with these scopes right here. So if I go over here to my Airtable account and I go to Builder Hub, you can go to personal access tokens, create a new personal access token, give it a name, and add the scopes that n8n needs. But you can just add all the scopes that they got right here. And you can also provide a specific base for this token so that the token only has access to the specific base you provided. But you can also select all the bases on your workspace, okay? So after you do that and you connect your Airtable account here to n8n, you should be good to go. Here we can provide a tool description. We're going to set to manually because what we want to do is provide a good description of what this tool does so that the AI agent follows the instructions correctly, okay? So we have the system prompt and we also have descriptions and names for the tools that help the AI agent decide which tool to execute. So we can just go ahead right now and change this node to get database content. So we need to make sure that each tool has its own name that identifies what the tool does and also a description. So we can go ahead. So if I jump over here to the final version of the AI agent and I open the tool and I can just copy here the description so we can quickly paste it right here. The description is basically saying get specific content from the database. So that's what the tool does, right? And also you are able to get the exact content the user wants to update by using the number formula, okay? So on the AI agent instructions, what we will also say is that when a user wants to update a specific content, first execute this tool right here, the get database content, to get the exact content that the user wants to update, okay? Because we are using IDs and the tools need the exact content that the user wants to update. So you are also able to get the exact content the user wants to update by using the number formula. However, if the user didn't, we're going to talk about formulas in just a moment. However, if the user didn't provide the exact number, try to search it on the database using the stage formula. Now, what are these formulas? What the formulas are is just a formula for Airtable to filter out the records, okay? So we basically are telling the AI agent to use this formula if they want to search this content, but if they want to search these other content, use this formula. And I'm going to show you how those formulas work. Next thing we want to do is instead of get a specific record from this database, what we want to do is search, okay? We want to retrieve a list of the contents that we want, okay? For the base, you need to select the content database and then table, we're going to go with the content bank table. And now this is the formula. So Airtable allows you to specify formulas, as I said, to filter out the records from the Airtable base. So you can say, so if I open curly braces and I put inside of it a name of one field, so for example, the style field, I can say right here, style equals to overview. This means that it will search on the database every single record that has the style field as overview, and it will only show those records, okay? So what we want to do is to dynamically set this formula using AI. So the AI model will automatically add the formula based on what the user wants to search on the database. This is really cool. Check this out. I'm just going to copy the description of this field right here. So this is very interesting because instead of providing, let me go back a second. Instead of providing an actual formula, what we want to do is let the model define this parameter. Okay, so we're going to let the model define which formula to use, and we need to provide a description for that. So if I put my mouse here on this question mark, it says, explain to the large language model how it should generate this value. A good specific description would allow LLMs to produce expected results much more often. Okay, so I'm just going to paste the description that I have for the other agent. And what I'm saying basically is use this exact formula to filter the database content by stage. If the user asked for content that is on the idea stage, on the script stage, on the record stage, on the edit, thumbnail creation, ready, and publish, etc. So for example, if I say what content on my database is in the script stage, the AI agent will understand this and use the stage formula to filter out the records from the database and only return what the user asked for. And I also say here what the stage can be. So if I go over here to the Airtable base, you can see that the stage can be one of these values right here. So I want to make sure that the AI knows that, because obviously the AI doesn't know that. So I'm saying right here, the stage can be equal to ideas, scripts, record, edit, thumbnail creation, ready, and publish, okay? If you don't always get the results you are looking for when executing these tools and using the AI agent, try to improve the descriptions and try to also then improve the system prompt, that we will get into that in a minute. But let's continue here. So this is the description, and I also say, or use this exact formula to get the content by number. So if I jump over here again to the Airtable base and I show here the field that I've hidden right here, the CNAM. This CNAM is an auto, how does Airtable call this? Is an auto number that is always increasing every time I create a new record. So this is basically, you can call it an ID of each single video that I have here on a database. So each record right here has its own CNAM. And what I want to do is use those CNAMs to, let me hide the field again, to search on the database. So if the user provided a CNAME on the chat, for example, I can say, update the video 33. It's going to first execute this tool to get the data, and then execute the second tool, which is the update database content that we will create in a minute. But this tool right here is very useful, and the AI agent will execute a lot of times this tool first before executing the other tools when it comes to updating content and stuff like that, to get the exact record, okay? So for example, if I say get the content 33, it should use this formula right here and filter out by CNAME, and then apply here the actual number that I provided on the chat on Telegram. And it should return the only record that has that C number. C is just for content, so just content number, okay? This will all make more sense once we keep adding the other tools and provide the system prompt. So keep watching and keep building. Next, what we want to do is not show all the output fields, okay? So if I go over here to the database, you can see that we have all of these fields for each individual record, okay? If this tool returns all of those fields, it will be too much data for the AI to handle. Maybe not, but that would just be too much tokens wasted as well. So I'm going to just specify the specific fields that I want this tool to return, so that the AI agent doesn't get overwhelmed by the data. Okay, so I just want to give the necessary fields to the AI agent: funnel, style, publish date, and also the CNAME, so that we can use that CNAME on our chat. Okay, so the AI agent is able to also return here, get the CNAME when they are searching for the database. So for example, if the AI agent uses the stage formula, for example, to check the content that has been published, it gets all the content that has been published with the CNAME for each content as well, and provides that on the chat so that the user can use that CNAME to execute other tools as well. You're going to see how that works in a minute. And we're also going to sort by publish date. So if I go over here, publish date, and we're going to and it's going to be from small to large. So it's in order from publish date, okay? Okay, cool. So I can go ahead and exit this out, and we can also provide a system message to the AI agent so that the AI agent knows how to execute this tool. So add option to the AI agent, system message, and let me jump back here to the Figma board and let me copy the beginning of this system prompt. All of the descriptions of the tools are right here, but since we only have one tool, I'm going to copy just this part of the system prompt. Go back here. What we are saying is basically, you assist in creating, storing, and managing content from an Airtable database. You have access to several tools to facilitate these tasks. Each record in the database represents a YouTube video moving through different stages from idea to publication, idea, scripts, record, edit, etc. And then tools and their functions. Get contents, which is our tool. Let me actually rename the tool to be exactly that, so that the system prompt has the correct name for the tool. So get contents, rename this. So this is the get contents tool. The purpose of this tool is to retrieve stored content from the Airtable database. Usage: when a user requests to see a specific piece of content, look up the record using the stage or number. Okay, so we provided the system prompt right here. We can save this, open chat, and let's try to search for all of my published content. It should execute the get contents tool and return the content here on the database that is on the published stage. So if I go back here and if I open this up, you can see that it returns all of the videos that I published here on this YouTube channel. And this is exactly as it is here on the database. So that's very cool. The AI does not return the CNAME, even though if I go over here to the get content tool, you can see that the CNAME is right here, but the AI agent is not giving that number to the user right here. So maybe we can change that prompt to make sure that we can see the CNAME so that we can reference that on our chat as well. Maybe what we can do is just say here on the usage, always show the CNAME / content number to the user, okay? So go back, save this, and let's try again this time let's say, show me all the content that I'm currently scripting. Should execute the tool again, and hopefully this time it will show the CNAME so that we can use that to tag it. Nice, it just showed the CNAME right here. So now what I can do is say, well, let's not use 26 and 33 because nor 40, because the AI agent has access to the chat history, so the AI agent can just retrieve right here. But let's see if it executes the tool anyway. So let's see what content is number 33. I believe the AI agent will not execute the tool because it has memory. So yeah, you can see right here, it did not execute the tool because it knows the past messages. So let's try with another video. So let's use the 34 right here. So go back here to the workflow. What content is the number 34? This time it should execute the get contents tool. There we go. It should use now the CNAME formula. You can see right here, CNAME equals to 34. It got the exact video right here, Notion Verse Airtable for automated content systems. It's this one right here with the ID 34, the content number 34. Okay, so the tool is indeed working, which is awesome. Let's keep adding the other tools and also updating the system prompt for each individual tool as we go, okay? So the next one we are going to build is going to be the Airtable tool again, obviously, and it's going to be now an add content idea tool, which is very cool because you can be on the go outside and get your phone and talk to the agent through Telegram to add a new idea to your content database, because a lot of the times you just get ideas out of nowhere for content. So you can just pull out your phone and message the agent to add that idea to the database, which is awesome. So we want to provide a description again. So we're going to set manually the tool description, and we're going to paste right here the description that I got. This tool is to add a new idea to my content database. A new idea has a draft title, description, category, funnel, and style. Return the content number CNAME, okay? So we just want to make sure that once we add a new content idea, the AI agent also returns the CNAME so that we can use that to update that idea if we want, etc., etc. So the CNAME is just the ID that we use on our chat to reference specific record from this database, okay? Each record on the database has its own ID from Airtable. So, for example, if I open this idea right here, there is a specific ID for the content. So this is the ID from Airtable for this specific record, but that's just a very long string. So if I go back here, this is a very long string, and I don't want to be saying to the AI agent, hey, update this content right here with this ID. So I just want to say update content 33 because I know from the other conversation that 33 is this content. So update this one by changing the publish state, blah, blah, blah. You want to see how that works. So that's the main objective of the CNAME. But yeah, let's keep going. Description, what we want to do is add a new idea. So instead of get, we're going to create a new record inside of our database. So select the base as well. Select the content bank table. Let's just this load. You can take a moment to drink some water. and we're going to map each column manually. So what we want to do is provide a title, a description, a stage, a category, a funnel, and a style for the content. So we can add a value for all of these fields, right? Because each record has a value. For each record right here, we got all of those fields. But since we are only adding an idea to this database, we don't need all of these fields. So let me just go here and remove a bunch of them. So lead magnet, we don't need none of this. These are unnecessary fields because this is just a content idea. We don't need none of this. Delete, delete, delete. If you don't provide a value, it's fine. But I just want to make this more clean. So I deleted the main fields. I also want to delete the reference one because the reference is an attachment field. So that's not going to work. And the publish status as well, just deleted that. So these are the fields that the AI will map automatically, but we need to set that up. So title, we want to let the model define this parameter. We're going to add a description, and the description is just the draft title of this content idea. The description is basically the same thing. This is just a description of the content idea, how the user wants to go about recording this video or what this idea is about, etc. The stage is going to be an idea. Now, the category, the funnel, and the style, we want the AI to automatically set that. But if you check right here, we do not have the option that we see here with the description. So for example, if I remove this right here, you can see that we can just click here, add description, and then paste the description of the for this field right here, right? However, for these select fields right here, we can't do that. There is no button right here to automatically add a description. So what we're going to do is, instead of fixed, we're going to go to expression, and we're going to use a thing called from AI. So if I go over here to the Figma board, I can check right here. This is how the from AI works. So if I go over here and I copy this and I paste right here, we can use this from AI to basically accomplish the same thing as it is right here. So let me actually show that again. So if I remove this, you can see that there is a from AI and then the title. So this is the key, and then the description of it. So, but if I click here, this is just a easier view of that. But if I remove, you can see that there's in the back end the from AI there as well. But so what we want to do is go here from AI, and this is how it works. The from AI function uses AI to dynamically fill in the parameters for tools connected to the tool's AI agent. You can use from AI function in expressions within app nodes, etc., etc. So to use the from AI function, call it with the required key parameter. So it's just basically the name of the field that you are basically filling out. The key parameter and other arguments to the from AI function aren't references to existing values. Instead, think of these arguments as hints that the AI model will follow to use that to populate the right data, okay? So we need to provide the title, the key, and the description as we are doing right here at the top, but using JSON right here, JavaScript, So we're going to use JavaScript to provide what we need. So first we need to actually open curly braces and then close right here at the end. And we're going to use the from AI, we're going to provide a key. In this case, this is category. And then we need to provide a description. You can, I believe you can leave the description as empty, but again, if you provide, you can see right here, it's optional. But if you provide a description, the AI will follow this way better. So this is the description that I have on how the AI should map this value. So what I'm saying is, these are the possible categories for the idea: ideation, content management, content repurposing, content creation, fine-tuning, AI agents, lead generation, lead nurturing, email marketing, content OS. Only select one category, okay? Because you need to actually tell the AI agent which category to select, otherwise it will run into an error. Because if I go over here, you can see that on this field, these are the content categories that I have. So I'm basically just pasting them right here so that the agent selects the correct category for this idea. The agent should calculate that automatically, or the user tells it which category it is. And we are going to do the same thing for the funnel and style. But let me finalize how this from AI works. So for instance, if you choose a key called email, the AI model will look for an email address in its context, other tools, and input data. In short workflows, it may ask the user for an email address if it can't find one elsewhere. You can optionally pass other parameters like description to give extra context to the AI model. So that's exactly what we are doing right here. And I got some examples right here if you want to read. So for the funnel, we're going to do the exact same thing. Instead of fixed, we want to use expressions so that the AI selects the funnel based on the idea. So from AI, the key is going to be funnel, and these are the possible options for the idea funnel type: tofu, mofu, and bofu. This is just top of funnel, middle of funnel, or bottom of funnel. Only select one. For the style, we're going to do the same thing. We want the AI to dynamically select which style for this idea based on what the user said on the chat. So from AI, the key is going to be style. The description is these are the possible options for the content style of the idea. Overview, technical, case study. Only select one. So that should be all we need to add a new content idea to our database. So if I exit this out and I make this a little bit cleaner and I open the chat and I say, well, we actually need to add that tool to the system prompt. So let me go back to the Figma board here and let me copy the instructions for that tool and go back to the agent. We're gonna increase this and paste it right here at the end. Let me just add these dashes here, paste this, and what the tool is saying is the purpose of this tool is to add new content idea to the Airtable database. Usage: when a user provides a new idea to be stored, trigger this tool anytime a user says something like store this idea or here's a new piece of content. Insert the provided data into the database. Required fields: title, description, category, funnel, and style, all of that stuff. So the AI needs this data to be able to add a new idea. It doesn't actually necessarily need those values, but it's just for convenience. It needs those, so we get all the ideas organized with all the categories selected and all the funnel, all the style, all that stuff. So now that the AI agent knows what this tool does, let me save this, go back to the open chat, add this ID to my database, and what I'm going to say. So I'm going to say add this new content ID to the database, how to scale your content agency with automated systems. And this is an overview video going over the systems that I built. So if I do that, the agent should execute the add content ID tool. Maybe it will ask me for some data or not. It automatically categorized everything. So it automatically added the category as content management, the funnel, MOFU, the style overview, and we got the C number as well, which is 81. So if I jump over here to the Airtable base, we should get here the new idea right here. We got it, the 81, how to scale your content agency, the description that we provided, and the style is overview, and then the funnel and the category, the AI automatically selected a field for us, okay, which is really cool. Let's continue adding the other tools to make this even more powerful. So the next tool is going to be also from Airtable, and this time, instead of getting or adding, we're going to update. So the operation will be update a record. We're going to set a description as usual, and we're also going to rename this. So we're going to say update content. The description will be exactly this one: update the database fields of a specific piece of content. Only update the fields the user wants to update. So the AI agent will be able to update multiple fields for this record. So, we got all of these fields right here, but we want to make sure that the AI agent only updates the fields that the user wants to update, right? So select the base, select the table, which is content bank as well. And then we need to provide all the fields that the tool is able to update and provide a description so that the AI agent can follow that as well. Select the table content bank. Yeah, we're going to map each column manually, and we're going to use the ID. Right here, we got column to match on ID. So this is basically the column to compare when finding the rows to update. So we want to update a specific video from the database. So the AI agent needs to know which record ID belongs to that video. So if I jump over here to the database again and I open one of the ideas here that I got, you can see right here that we got a record ID. So we want to pass this record ID to this field so that the tool updates that specific record. So before we add a description on how the AI should map this field, let me go back here and let me show you how the AI agent gets that ID. So if I say, give me the content that I'm recording right now, it should give me this record right here, which is the video that I'm recording right now for you guys. So it executed the tool. So what I want to show you is get contents here, it returns the ID right here. So this is the record ID. Even though we are not saying output that field, the Airtable response from this tool, by executing this tool, the Airtable response automatically adds here the ID. Okay, so this is the ID that we want to use to update the record. Okay, so we want to update this specific record by using this ID. That's how our Airtable knows that we want to update their record. So if I go over here to update content, what we need to do is provide here a description, a detailed description telling exactly how the AI agent should get this ID. So it needs to get the content first, get this ID, and then map it correctly to this field to actually update the rest of the data. So instead of defining automatically, so instead of providing a description like this, I'm going to use the expression. So I'm going to do like this, and I'm going to say record ID as the key and the exact Airtable ID that starts with the string rec. So if you see right here, all of the IDs start with rec, so rec and then the actual ID of the content to be updated, okay? Maybe instead of record ID, it could just be ID, and the agent would pick up most of the time, because right here the response comes as ID, not record ID. But in my agent, it was working, so but yeah, let's try it out. Let me change this key to exactly ID. So maybe it executes 99% of the time correctly. So yeah, this is how the AI should map the record ID so that we update the correct record from the database. Now, to actually update something on the database, we need to provide the parameters for that. So for example, so in this case, we want the agent to be able to update the description of the video. So we're going to go here. This is the description, not the actual description of the YouTube video, but the description of what the video is about, like the content idea itself. So for example, if I go over here, this is the description of this video. This is just like a description for yourself, okay? First I need to build this, then this video would be about this, okay? So we want to be able to update that. For the description of this, we're just going to say update description of the video. Maybe we can say also video/idea, because if the user says update the description of this idea, maybe the AI agent can pick up that better. So the AI agent should be able to now update the description of this specific record. What we can also do is use this start writing right here. So if you don't know, this Airtable base has this feature where if we check this box right here, so let me actually show you how that works. This should be checked as well, now that I saw it, and this one shouldn't be checked. Maybe it was, maybe I was trying it out with my own agent. But if I go over here and I click start writing for this specific idea right here, it automatically jumps to the script stage, okay? And this is the content that the agent created. So let me delete that. So what we want to do is allow the tool to update this start writing field as true if the user wants to start scripting this video. Okay, so if the AI agent says true on this field, it means that the checkbox should be checked, and it will automatically check the box and move to the script stage. So true if the user wants to start scripting the video. We can also do that for the hook, but this time it's just a description of the hook. So update hook for the video. So if the user says update this specific video with this hook, the tool should be able to do that. Recording notes as well. If we got notes for recording that we want, I don't know, we want to try a different recording method, we can tell the AI agent to add these specific notes for the recording of this video. Because if I go over here, we got that exact field. So recording notes right here. So you basically can provide recording notes for this video. I don't know if you want to try something new when it comes to recording the video. So we are also able to update that. Let's do the same for the editing notes. So if we got any notes for editing the content, the tool can also update that. And let's do the same for the thumbnail notes as well. So notes for the video thumbnail. So that's good for now. If we wanted to update the body, the end video CTA, all those fields, we could do that. But for simplicity, we just gonna update those, allow the tool to update those fields. It doesn't mean that it will always update the fields, but it will update the necessary fields that the user asked for. So let's just delete here the other fields so that it's more clean here, the view. So delete this. So the tool is able to update these fields for the video. We can also delete these ones. The title of the video could also be, yeah, I don't have that on the original AI agent, but let's do that. So title, update the title of the video. So now the tool is also able to update the title of the video automatically for us, which is cool. So we provided a description as well. Everything should be good to go. Now what we need to do is add the new tool here to the system message. So let's open this up. Let's go to the Figma board and let's copy the update content tool description. Go back here, do this, update content. What we are basically saying is the purpose of this tool is to modify an existing content record/video in the Airtable database. Usage: when a user requests an update to an existing content, first retrieve the content using the get contents tool. So so as you saw right here, the tool needs the exact record ID assigned to that video. So it needs to first execute the get contents tool to get that exact record ID, and then use the record ID to update the necessary fields according to the user. Required fields ID, retrieve the record ID from the get contents tool using the content number as a lookup. Okay, so let's open chat and test that. I deleted the content ID that the AI agent created earlier. So let's actually add that idea again so that we can use that to do our testing. Okay. So just added that content idea and we got the CNAME. So what we can do now is update content 82. So this is very easy to tell the agent what to do, to what content to update. We don't need to say update this specific content with this title or update this specific content with this record ID with all of those weird strings. So we just say update content 82 with this title, and we're going to say, so we're going to switch the title to this one and it should be able to work. So update content 82 with this title. So it just got an error, which is very interesting. I don't know why. Update content, it tried to update the content. Okay, it's trying to, and it got an error. So it wasn't able to actually do that, I believe, right? It did not do that. So let's check what happened. Okay, so it did actually update the title. So if I go over here and I expand this, you can see the revision history. Revision history. You can see that you edited via the API using n8n YouTube Content OS token, okay? And it did update the title to the one that we provided. So the bug here is actually from the first run, I believe. Yeah, your request is invalid or could not be processed by the service. Oh, so the first time it used this record ID that I don't know where it got that from. I don't believe I even have a record with that ID. But the second time it did use the correct record ID. So that's very interesting. That's the problem with AI agents. AI agents are cool, but they are not that reliable like 100% of the times. They are very cool and they will definitely be very big in the future. Everyone, I think, will have their own AI agent for a personal assistant, but maybe it's just a system prompt or something that I got there wrong, but they are not 100% reliable at the moment. But let's see what happens if I do that again. So update content 82, it should get the content first and then update the content. Yes, okay, it did that correctly. Yeah, maybe it's just the instructions that we got here on the AI agent that are not very clear. First, retrieve the content using the get contents tool, then use the record ID. Maybe I should use ID instead of record ID because that's the field name that it returns right here. You know, it's just testing, making it better every time. But it did indeed update the content with the title hello. So it's working. You can see right here, it was able to get the record ID and then map it automatically to this field that is used to match and update the correct record, which is awesome. Let's continue building this out and adding other tools right here. So the next one, what we're going to do is schedule content. It's going to be very similar to the update content tool. Schedule content. This is not actually scheduling the video itself to be automatically posted. It's just going over here to the Airtable base and providing a publish state to this specific video, okay? So that's what we want to do. You could do that inside of the update content tool itself by adding here the publish state field. But if you separate things like this, the AI agent usually performs better, because if you start to adding a lot of fields that the AI agent can update, maybe it will not work all of the time. So I decided to add a different tool for that specific purpose, which is to schedule content. So for this tool, the description is set a scheduled publishing date for a specific piece of content. The ID to match is this one right here, the same, and then we're just going to delete this. So we just basically cloned the other tool. But now what we want to do is publish date, and we need to specify automatically the date that the user set on the chat to be the publish date. And to do that, we're going to use the automatic option for the LLM to decide which tool to use. And for that, we need to provide the exact format for this date. Otherwise, Airtable will give us an error. So the publish date should be in this format right here, this exact format, so that it adds the publish date correctly here to this field. So let's do that. Let's change the publish date for the record 82 to a random date. So, well, actually, we first need to always provide here the instructions for that new tool. So let me go back here to the Figma board, go publish, copy that, paste it right here. Schedule content, what it does is schedule an existing content record video in the Airtable database, or update the publish date of an existing record, which is basically the same thing. I don't know why I'm repeating it there, but usage when a user requests us to schedule an existing content or update the publish date. First, retrieve the content using the get contents tool. Again, as I said, most of the time it uses the get contents tool to retrieve the actual record ID. So first execute this tool, looking up using the number or stage formula. Well, actually, it shouldn't use the stage formula. It should always use the exact content number. So I'm gonna do that using the content number, because we are scheduling a specific content right here. So use the content number, then use the record ID that you just got from executing the get contents tool to update the publish state field according to the user. Required fields ID, retrieve the record ID from the get contents tool using the content number as lookup, and the publish date is the publish date the user specified. Okay, so let me actually copy this and paste it back here. This is the updated version. So schedule content, we should now be able to test this out. So I'm gonna say schedule content 82 to the 16th of March 2025. Should be able to get contents first. Okay, try to schedule the content first. It ran into an error, and then it tried to get the record ID, and it was successfully. Okay, yeah, so you can see that the first time it tried to use rec 82. Yeah, so this is a problem with the system prompt and the stuff. Okay, let me see how we can fix that. So actually, earlier what we did was change this to just ID, and maybe that's the problem. So let me go here to all the other tools, and I'm gonna say update. I'm gonna update that to. Okay, cool. Maybe this time it works. So schedule content 82, but you can see that this is really cool, because the AI agent executes the tool, gets an error right here, understands that, and then goes back to get the actual record ID right here. Okay, so the first time it used the content number as the record ID, so rec 82, and then got the error, and then tried again by executing the other tool to actually get the record ID, and finally updated the actual video. So it worked. So that's very interesting. The AI agent gets an error and then automatically solves the problem, which is just absolutely awesome. But we don't want to get those problems. So maybe what we can do actually is say an example of the ID. So example of of a record ID is this one right here. So this is an example of a record ID. Example of a random record ID. Maybe this way it first understand that it actually needs to get the contents tool first. We actually say that on the prompt, but you can see that sometimes they just don't follow the instructions that you provide, because we say right here, first retrieve the content using the get contents tool. So yeah, man, sometimes the AI agents are not as reliable as we think. But let's try again by saying, instead of March, let's say April, and let's run it. It should get the contents first. Okay, try again to schedule the content, and then it executed the contents tool, and then I believe it was successful the third run. So it tried 3 times. Yeah, so it's using a random record that maybe it came up with. So let me try to actually improve even more the prompt. So I'm saying here, very important notes. Always, I repeat, always use the get contents tool to get the exact ID of the record the user wants to update. Okay, so maybe this time it will not go directly to the schedule content tool, but it will first execute the get contents tool to retrieve the record ID that it needs. So let's go back here, schedule content 82 to 25 of April. Let's do that. Nice. Now it's executing the get contents tool and then scheduling the content. Okay, awesome. So if I go over here to the database, you can see that it did indeed update the publish date. So yeah, guys, you see that sometimes you run into these bugs, you run into these problems. You need to make sure that you provide the correct instructions to the AI agent so that it is able to follow as you want. So it did indeed execute everything correctly now, thanks to the new instructions I provided here. So you can add at the end of your system prompts very important notes that the AI should always follow, and they do most of the time follow the notes that you provide at the end of the prompts. So that's a quick hack there. So yeah, it's now updating the publish state of our content, which is awesome. And now the next thing we want to do is get content calendar. Okay, so let's add a new tool here. It's going to be again an Airtable tool as well, and we can rename it to get content calendar. It's going to be a search operation, and we're going to use a formula again. Description, we're going to provide a description manually as well. Get the current content calendar or scheduled content from the database. That's the description. The base, again, is going to be that one, and the table is going to be the content bank table. And here for the filter by formula, what we want to do is we can use the fixed one, because it's always going to be the same formula. We don't need AI to automatically come up with a formula. So the formula right here that I got is, okay, so the formula is saying not stage equal publish. So search for all the content that is not on the publish stage, because this is content that has already been published. We don't want to see that on our content calendar that we get from the agent. So what we want to get is basically, for example, on this database, what we want to get is this video right here that has a publish date, this one, and this one right here. Okay, so not stage in publish, and that the publish state is not empty. Okay, if the publish state is not empty, it means that we provided a scheduling date. So we want to return those records when we are searching the database. We can provide output fields as well. We want to get the title, the stage of the video, the publish date, so that the AI agent can give us that data in a cool format, and also the CNAME. CNAME is very important, as you already know. Sort, we're going to sort by publish date, so the AI agent gets the data sorted, and then shows on the chat as well. So right here, content calendar, and then we need to now provide the tool description. So paste this, open this up, let's do this, scroll down. Instead of pasting right below the very important notes, we're going to paste in the middle. Okay, so this is the purpose of the tool, to retrieve scheduled content from the Airtable database. Usage trigger this tool anytime a user asks to view the content calendar or scheduled content. Important, you have to output the content CNAME field to the user. Okay, so this could probably be a note. Did we provide a note here? Okay, so we could actually, instead of using that, we could take this and say right here at the notes, you have to always you have to always output the content synum field, the content synum to the user. So there's always a synum on the chat that we can use to execute other tools. Okay, so now the AI agent knows how to execute this tool. Let's open the chat and let's say, how does my content calendar look like at the moment? Let's send that message and it should execute the get content calendar tool and retrieve right here. We got the CNUM 34 title, this one, the date is today. We got the rest of the content that has a published date right here. And it's sorted as well. So this is the content calendar. That's exactly how it's looking. So if I go over here, we actually have a view for that content calendar. If it loads, you can see we got this video, this video, this video, this video that is scheduled to be posted. It's obviously not recorded yet, but that's my content calendar at the moment. And it did indeed show that here on the chat. Okay, so the next tool we gotta add is the generate LinkedIn post template and then the add that LinkedIn post template to our database here on the templates table. Okay, keep watching as well so that we can set up the Telegram chat and also transcribe the audio notes that you get from Telegram. So keep watching so that you can set that up as well. So you can see that this tool right here has a weird symbol because it executes a different workflow on our n8n account. Okay, so let's do that. This is the workflow that we are going to create. It's very simple. So let's add a new tool and instead, let me just quickly close the chat, add a new tool, but instead of an Airtable tool, we're gonna call an n8n workflow tool. The description is gonna be, call this tool to generate a template of a LinkedIn post. The input should be a string with a LinkedIn post. The name is gonna be generate LinkedIn post template. And then on the database, we need to create a new workflow and provide here that workflow. So let's go to the n8n account. So this is the tool. Let me just do this. Go back here. We're going to create a new workflow. The trigger will be when executed by another workflow. This means that this automation will run when this one calls that automation, okay? The input data, we need to define which input data do we get from the other workflow. So we're going to define using JSON and what we want to get from the what we want to get from this other workflow is the LinkedIn post. So we got the variable LinkedIn post, and this is just an example LinkedIn post right here. So we can do that, go back to the workflow, open this up. So I just reloaded the page to see if it shows now. Choose, okay, we got it right here. So generate LinkedIn post template, and the LinkedIn post, we need to dynamically set that as well. So add description, here is the LinkedIn post. So the AI should map that correctly. So call n8n workflow right here. And then once we get the LinkedIn post, we need to use OpenAI. So go back here, OpenAI. We're gonna message a model. And what we want to do is execute this system prompt right here to take the LinkedIn post that we provide and transform it into a reusable template. So let me copy this system prompt. We can say user, and this will be the whole prompt. And right here, we can't map it because we need to execute previous nodes. So, but let's just select the model here. So we're going to say for O mini, you can leave the same as it is. So let's just go over here, open chat, and I actually need to get a LinkedIn post to copy and paste. So let's go here to LinkedIn. Okay, so let's use this amazing LinkedIn post. Holy cow, it has 4,000 comments. Okay, this is crazy. I just fed ChatGPT LinkedIn DMs. Okay, let's use this LinkedIn post right here because it has a cool format. It's very well written. So let's use that one. It's obviously not going to work because we haven't mapped this yet, but we need to try it out so that we get the value on the other workflow and map it correctly. I'm going to show you how that works. So generate, well, did we actually provide the system prompt here for that? I don't think we did. Get content count. Yeah, we don't have that. So let's go over here, add LinkedIn post template. Well, generate LinkedIn post template. Okay, cool. So generate LinkedIn post template. We need to add that right here. Generate LinkedIn post template. It's basically saying take a LinkedIn post, generate a reusable template, trigger this tool anytime a user asks to generate a template out of a LinkedIn post. Okay, so that's exactly how we are going to trigger this tool. So I'm going to say generate a template out of this LinkedIn post. We paste that right there. It should get it. It should execute the tool, the other workflow. Called the other workflow. It's not going to get anything back, I believe. Oh, it did. Did it successfully run? Oh, it did successfully run because, okay, yeah. This is all. I was saying that this wasn't mapped correctly, but it's cool. It's obviously working because we are just saying JSON and then LinkedIn post, which is the JSON that we get right here. So this is LinkedIn post right here, and we provide it right here as well. So it did execute the OpenAI node right here from the other workflow. And you can see right here the response. This is the template, and it should be right here on the chat. So if I open this up, you can see right here, I just, and then variable plus variable, in about variable, variable, etc. So this is a template that I can follow now to create my own LinkedIn post. And now what we want to do is add a new tool that adds that template to our template base right here. So on this templates table, we got our LinkedIn templates, and we want to be able to add that template right here so that we can also use that template to repurpose our YouTube videos. So right here, I can select a template from that list and then repurpose a YouTube video, or I can use that template to write my own original posts. So workflow, go over here, tool. What we want to do is Airtable. We're going to rename this to say add LinkedIn post template. We're going to provide a description. I'm just copy it from the other workflow. Add new LinkedIn post template with its example to my content database. What we want to do is create a new record, and it's going to be the base. And this time it's not going to be the content bank table, but it's going to be the templates table. So select the templates table, and then what we want to do is map the hook using AI. The platform is gonna be LinkedIn. We want to map the templates using AI and the example as well. This is nothing, and so we're gonna add description, and add description. For the hook, it's gonna be the hook of the LinkedIn post template, not the original post, but the template. Okay, so this is just the. So if I go over here, templates. This is just me testing, but you can see right here we got the hook, how I got my client quick win, blah blah, which is basically the hook from the template, how I got quick win, etc. So hook of the LinkedIn post template, and then the template itself, the description for that will be the full LinkedIn post template right here that it was generated, and the example will be the original post that was used to generate the template. Okay, because we provide the original post, it then generates a template. We want to also add that original post right here to our database so that we can reference that if we want. Okay, so hook template example, that should be good to go, but we need to provide here the instructions. So we're gonna add our final tool here, and we can just add also the other instructions that I got there. So boom, this is basically saying add a new LinkedIn post template to the Airtable database. Trigger this tool anytime a user wants to asks to add a template to the database. Required fields hook, template, and example. Also, let me just copy these important notes and add it right here. So very important notes. Okay, these notes right here are not very relevant, but this one right here is important. So let's just say when you trigger the tool to generate the LinkedIn post template, you show the user the exact template you got from the tool. You do not change its content. Yeah, so this is just because when I was testing, this workflow would generate the template, but then the AI agent will get that template and then tweak it a little bit, which I don't want, right? So let's now test that out. What we want to do is, let's not generate a new template. Let's just say add that template to my database, please. And hopefully it understands from the previous messages that this is a template and this is the original post. Let's see if it's able to do that. The AI is just thinking, okay, LinkedIn post template, LinkedIn post template successfully. Okay, cool. And it did indeed. So we got the example right here, which is the LinkedIn post I just copied from Lakajev on LinkedIn. This is the hook right here. Boom. This is the hook. Awesome. It's working. It generated the LinkedIn post template, and we are now able to also add the LinkedIn post template to our database, which is awesome. Okay, so to wrap this up, what we need to do is connect this AI agent to Telegram. So if I go over here, you can see that we got Telegram connected to this AI agent. So let's do that now. Instead of when a chat message received, we need to change that to Telegram. So let's remove this, and we're going to say Telegram right here, and we're going to say on message. And now we need to connect our Telegram account. So open Telegram and open this link right here, Telegram bot father, so that you chat with the father of all bots on Telegram. Okay, bot father right here. And what you want to do is start a new conversation, and you can now create a new bot. So slash new bot. After that, we need to provide a name for the bot. AI content agent demo YouTube bot. You have to make sure that you add a bot at the end. It must end with bot. Interesting. I literally have bot there, so I don't know why it didn't work. Let me try it again. Demo bot. Okay, it did work. Now, congratulations, your bot, etc. We got the HTTP API key, so we need to copy that. And you can click this link to now chat with your agent. So start, boom. It's obviously not working because it's not connected yet. So go back to the workflow, create a new credential access token, and you just paste the token that botfather gave you. Save this, and the connection was tested successfully, which is awesome. The trigger is message, so that should be good to go. So next up, we can connect this and finally add a Telegram. We actually need to set up the audio stuff, but Telegram send a text message. The connection is going to be the second one. The chat ID will be the Telegram trigger. Okay, we have to actually test this trigger. So let's test this and let's say hi. Problem, I was then before you activate. Okay, we actually ran into a okay, we need to just do this maybe. Okay, we actually need to solve this problem before we do that. So let me just delete the node. Run this. Hi. It should get that. Okay, executed it successfully. So if I open this up, we got the message right here. Where is it? Hi, right here. Okay, so here for the agent, we actually need to change this. So before, the prompt for the user message was the message sent on the chat in n8n. Now we need to provide the actual text that we get from the Telegram chat. But actually, the variable, the expression that we need to use is this one right here, because we're going to also use audio messages. I'm going to explain to you how this works in just a minute. But this is the one. So you can see right here that the result is high because this is the message that I sent, because there is no audio file. I'm going to show you how that works. But that's the message for the AI agent. And here for the memory, there is no longer a session ID for chat. Now we need to define below here the key from the Telegram ID, the chat ID, okay? So if I go over here to my agent, we need to provide the ID from the chat that we are having with the Telegram so that the AI can differentiate each chat and know the best messages from each different chat, okay? So this is the Telegram trigger node. So Telegram trigger right here. So that's why we say Telegram trigger, and that item.json.message.chat.id. So that would be the ID for the chat. Okay, so that should now all work. And here for the chat ID, okay, we actually need to execute the other workflow. So we're going to say hi. It should be able to use everything correctly. And now let's add that Telegram. Let's add that Telegram node. Message, send the text message. Okay, chat ID is right here. Okay, create an expression, and the text will be the output from the AI agent. So AI agent right here, we got the output. This is the text. You can map it like that. And we can also add some parse mode in HTML so that the Telegram wasn't showing the square brackets. So once I change this, to parse mode HTML, it did show those characters, so that's why I have it right there. Telegram, so now we should be able to test this, say hi, and the bot will reply right here. Awesome. And we got this thing right here. We need to remove that by going to Telegram, add append n8n attribution, and we remove that. Okay, cool. Now, to be able to send audio notes, we need to add a couple of things first here. First, we're going to add a switch node that basically means that it will route the data from one route or the other route depending on a couple of conditions. So the first condition is going to be telegram trigger.item.json.message.voice.fileid exists. Where is that? Exists. If this exists, if exists the variable file ID, it means that the user provided an audio file on the chat. So if this exists, it should go to the upper route. This is not correctly set up yet, but it should be to a route where we transcribe the audio to get the text. Otherwise, it should go to the other route. So add routing rule and paste this. If telegram trigger.item.json.message.text exists, it means that the user provided a text message on the chat. So, and we need to switch this up because the one, which is a chat message, should go directly to the AI agent. But if it's zero, the first route, it means that it was a file. So we need to actually get that file and then transcribe the recording. So we want to add a new node here, Telegram, and we need to get a file and we need to download that file. So we actually don't have here the data to map. So we need to first test the previous nodes. So let's actually provide here an audio node. Please rule outstanding issue before you activate it. This should be the issue, right? That's kind of annoying. File ID, let me just provide something. So execute this, waiting for trigger. Okay, let me send another audio node right here. Go back here, we got the data and you can see that there's a file ID right here. So that's what we want. So connect this, Telegram, go to the Telegram trigger. We got the file ID, so we should be able to map this. Right here as an expression. Remove this random string right here, and we want to download that. So test step, we should be able to download the file and then add that to Whisper. So Whisper is an OpenAI model that is able to take an audio and create a transcription. So create a transcription, transcribe a recording, data, it's going to be that data right here. So data right here is this name right here, data. So if we test step, it should be able to, it's using our OpenAI account, and it should be able to get a transcript of the audio that we sent. So after that, we send that audio to the AI agent. Okay, and that's how this thing works right here. So Telegram trigger item JSON message text. But if this one is empty, if this one doesn't exist, we use the OpenAI item JSON text right here. Okay, so if there's not a message, so if this variable doesn't exist, it uses the value from this variable, which is the one from OpenAI. Okay, so everything should be working now. So if I go over here to the Telegram and I say, how are you doing? Go back here. I need to test this workflow actually. And it execute the OpenAI transcribe recording node, and it should go back to me. I'm just a virtual assistant. I have feelings, etc. So yeah, audio notes are working. The tools are working. We tested all of them. So I hope you guys were able to follow along and build this exact system for yourselves. If you want me to build a content engine for you or for your clients, don't forget to reach out to me. The link is in the description, and you can get access to this n8n AI agent in the link in the description as well on the free resource hub. Get it for free, get all the system prompts, get the Figma board. I can check this box as well. Get everything for free, all of my resources in the link in the description. And I hope you guys found this video valuable. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you in the next video.